DoorDash's new rewards pilot program. What's in it for you? If this is your first time checking out the Gig Geezer, if you're a returning visitor of the Gig Geezer, hey, thanks for coming by. And if you would not mind, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. There has been a smattering of content creators coming out with information about a new rewards pilot program being rolled out by DoorDash. Yes, DoorDash. And currently it's available in 3 markets. The 3 markets are Grand Rapids, Michigan, Lubbock, Texas, and Corpus Christi, Texas. An interesting cross section because you've got Grand Rapids, which is considered a part of the Midwest. Then you have Lubbock, which is a college town in the northern part of Texas. And then you have Corpus, which is in the southeastern part of Texas by the water, in which it's a tourist place and a naval installation place. But the DoorDash rewards program is supposed to, according to them, give recognition to drivers for high quality deliveries, along with more flexibility and opportunities to earn money. Now, according to DoorDash, what's going to happen is a lot of changes. Things that I have been a part of or have been used to, things that I've benefited from with DoorDash for over the past 3 years. If they reach my market, the Columbia, South Carolina metropolitan area, I won't see them anymore. Those are no more Top Dasher, which I've never been though, but Top Dasher is something that is a big deal for drivers because it gives them access to the app at any time. But then there is no more of the large order program, something that I've talked about in a recent Gig Geezer segment. In fact, here's the thumbnail, in which the large order program is something that's highly coveted among drivers or highly boasted of by drivers. And I've been guilty of boasting of it because of what it has benefited me. But then there's also no more mining for carbon crystals, which is otherwise known as the Diamond Program, which supposedly gives drivers access to, quote, higher paying orders if they maintain a certain acceptance rate and driver rating. So, according to DoorDash, what they now have said is that with this new pilot program, they are going to, all the metrics come into play now. All the metrics come into play in order to meet certain incentives. Your driver's rating, your acceptance rate, your completion rate, the number of deliveries that you've completed in the last 30 days, and also your lifetime deliveries. And in turn, these are tiered off into 3 levels: silver, gold, and platinum, with platinum being the highest. Drivers like myself, I'll tell you up front right now that I stand to lose access to the large order program and early scheduling. The early scheduling is something that I've been able to do since 2020, which I'm able to schedule as many as 6, maybe 7 days in advance, in order to kind of have an idea, having to have at least a minimum ability to access the app. As of today, Saturday, June 10, 2023, my DoorDash metrics are a 4.95 driver rating, an 11% acceptance rate, an 87% completion rate, a 91% on-time percentage, and according to the app, I have completed over 5,700 deliveries. I have also completed, over the last 30 days, as of today, June 10, 2023, so we're going back to May 10, 2023, I have completed 25 orders on the DoorDash app. So basically, DoorDash is coming out with something, should it reach my market, that will body slam everything that I have talked about over the last almost 2 years here on the Gig Geezer channel. DoorDash stands to body slam all that and pile drive it if I allow DoorDash to do that. I mentioned about the large order program. The large order program, you got to understand, really comprises a small percentage of all the orders on the DoorDash app. Yet it is one of the more highly coveted ones, one of the more coveted opportunities on the app, because according to DoorDash, it gives you the opportunity to earn 2 to 3 times more than the average order. Although DoorDash never has come out with an exact number of what is the average order earned by a driver, but you have to go according probably to your own past history to gain some type of idea or to have some type of anticipation how much that may translate into for you. It's not an exact formula, but it's something that you can kind of pencil in or note as a thought for yourself. Now, one thing you gotta understand, according to certain online sources, the average order by a customer on the DoorDash app ranges anywhere between $33 and $50. Now, one source says $33, another online source says $37.26, but I will just say the Gig Geezer is saying somewhere anywhere between $33 and $50 is the average order size on the DoorDash app. So, for a large order opportunity, according to DoorDash, at least by its definition, that is a order that has a order size of $100 or more. A higher paying order opportunity is likely then to be something in between $50 and $100, but that doesn't guarantee that it's going to pay more. That's the other thing that you got to understand with the DoorDash app. There's no guarantee that it's going to pay more. But I'm trying to be objective with this, and I'm also trying not to be a crass, old-ass motherfucker and all this stuff. And by the way, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer or in any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. DoorDash no longer says accept more. In fact, they took that language out of the driver portal sometime in the past 6 months or so. And so they talk of rewards programs and so forth. But one thing that can be said is that DoorDash is definitely placing or dangling a carrot in front of a driver's face should they choose to put themselves in a position to have access to higher paying order opportunities. Now, according to these levels, DoorDash says if you are to qualify for the silver level, which was like the diamond program or the mining for carbon crystals opportunity, you have to accept at least 50% of your orders, complete at least 95% of your orders, and you must maintain at least a 4.50 driver rating. And you must have already completed at least 50 lifetime orders. In order for you to qualify for the gold status, you would have to accept at least 70% of your orders, complete at least 95% of your orders, maintain at least a 4.50 driver rating. If you were to qualify for the platinum status, because this is the one where you get access to all the shit, and I'll get into that, you must accept at least 70% of your orders, maintain at least a 95% completion rate, and maintain at least a 4.70 driver rating, and you must complete on a rolling 30-day basis a minimum of 100 orders, and also have complete at least 50 lifetime orders to qualify for the rewards that I'll get into. Now, at the silver level, you will have access to higher paying order opportunities, which is like the mining for carbon crystals or the diamond program. For the gold level, you will have increased priority for higher paying order opportunities, and you will actually be able to schedule at least 6 days in advance. But if you want to get all the rewards, you want to get the whole bonanza, what you need to do is to accept at least 70% of your orders, complete at least 95% of your orders, maintain at least a 4.70 rating, which you had to have in order to qualify for Top Dasher, but also for the large order program, and complete at least 100 orders in the previous 30 days. So with that, you qualify for the large order program, the access at any time, and the advanced scheduling. So as you accept more orders, you get a few more carrots thrown in your way. So how does that compare to me? I mentioned that I had a 4.95 rating, 11% acceptance rate, 87% completion rate, and 91% on-time rating, and I completed, according to that, 5,700 deliveries. Nothing, not a fucking thing. I will see out of this. Not a fucking thing. So there's a lot of drivers who's in my situation that we will miss out on a lot of things. We will have a lot of stuff taken away from us. But That's not the point of this segment of the Gig Geezer. DoorDash says that these are supposed to give you greater flexibility and opportunities to earn more. But I'm going to throw some other stuff out there for you, since that's what I'm known for doing. DoorDash, at least according to whatever information out there, supposedly has over 3,000 employees. Depending on one source, it says that the average DoorDash employee earns $173,000 a year. Another source says the average employee earns over $101,000 a year. Okay? Now, just on that alone, there are more than, according to the last information that I'd accessed, there are more than 6 million people who are active on the DoorDash app who have completed at least one order the previous year. Are you aware of anyone who does exclusively DoorDash orders earning over $100,000 a year? Meaning that you're averaging over $8,250 a month just doing DoorDash orders. If you know that person, I would love for you to mention that in the comment section below. And by the way, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer and any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Tony Zhu, the face of DoorDash, he says that the average driver earns about $25 an hour. He didn't say that was dash time. That was based on active time, which means the time that you are on the app. That means from the time that you accept an order to the moment that you drop off an order. That's how that number is computed. But let's just go with Tony's number of $25 an hour. And let's just say that's based on 40 hours a week. $25 an hour at 40 hours a week is $52,000 a year. Did you make $52,000 last year on your 1099 statement from DoorDash? If you did, I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. But let's just say that you work 50 hours a week, which is probably a more realistic number if you work apps, as what a lot of people. That translates into $62,500. No, that translates into $65,000 a year. Did you get a 1099 statement saying that you earned $65,000 on the DoorDash app last year? If you did, I'd love to hear it in the section below. So that tells me that what DoorDash is doing is really placing a carrot in front of you to accept more orders. That's all that DoorDash is doing. And so it's up to you if you want to. The choice is yours, and the choice is mine, whether I want to go along with it. I mentioned, since really the big thing is going to be talking about access to having access at all times on the DoorDash app, and also being able to schedule 6 days in advance. But a lot of people are going to talk about the large order program being having the priority of higher paying order opportunities. As I mentioned in a recent segment of the Gig Geezer, and here's the thumbnail, I said that I'd shown how I'd averaged $21 an order over the course of several weeks, basically over the last couple of months. That number is probably down to $20, exactly $20 an order. So my question to you is, can you expect, at least in my situation currently, can I expect to see, if I were to qualify for under all those metrics, can I expect to see consistently large order opportunities paying $40 to $60? I work the delivered catering app, and I don't see order offers to me consistently in that $40 to $60 range, even though my average catering order opportunity completed is more than $40. It's probably in that $40 to $60 range. And I sure as hell I've yet to see a catering order opportunity on the Deliver That app in which I've, in fact, only seen it one time, in which I were to make more than $50 on an order. And less than 10 times I've seen orders paying in the $40 range on the Delivered That app. But most of the orders are going to pay anywhere between $30 and $39. So keep that. I'm trying to give you some perspective here in terms of what DoorDash is doing. Now, what you also got to understand, there is no guarantee that those large order programs are going to pay 2 to 3 times whatever the average order you is. Let's say if you average $12.50 an order, if it's saying that's paying 2 to 3 times more, there's no guarantee you're going to see orders consistently paying anywhere between $25 and $37.50. It is highly conceivable that you may get a large order opportunity or two in which you see zero tip. Case in point, I saw one yesterday evening, Friday, June 9, 2023. The offer amount was $9.25, and it also said there were 10 orders, and it also said there were 10 items, and I had to take a picture of my catering bag. I'm thinking that, okay, worst case, pay $15. When I hit that order, when I hit complete order, it paid all of $9.25. I was on steam. It took me 30 minutes to come down from that. I was absolutely infuriated on steam because I guess my expectations are such that I don't expect to put myself in those type of situations. But it happens, and it can happen to you too. I've shared what the rewards are. I've shared, or I've posed to you, do you stand to be making $65,000 a year if you go along with accepting all of these orders? If you stand to make $65,000 a year, good for you. But there's a lot of people who don't make $65,000 a year working these gig apps. Now, if you look, DoorDash also farther into the page where it describes this incentive, this new rewards program, says that they actually make certain provisions for new drivers. For new drivers who have yet to complete 50 orders on the app, DoorDash says that they will get anytime access to the app. They'll be able to get on the app at any time up to their first 50 completed orders, and they'll also get access to higher paying order opportunities. So DoorDash is going to give new drivers kind of a little nudge, a little rolling start, something that a lot of people have suspected to be true, and this is actually in their verbiage on the driver portal. So DoorDash, if you're a new driver, you stand to get a little head start, a little nudge along the way at the expense of drivers who have been on the app for however long they've been on. Personally, I've been on the app since 2019. So at my expense, DoorDash is taking certain opportunities away from myself and other drivers to help out new drivers. But also, DoorDash defines high quality service more so as the number of orders that you accept and complete, as opposed to what most traditional thoughts or most traditional, the conventional wisdom is that if you're providing high quality service, it's because customers have rated you highly, and along the way, you just happen to accept and complete a significant number of orders, and not so much as all three of these metrics tied together. But again, DoorDash is basically defining someone who provides high quality service as someone who accepts and completes a high number of orders, and they just happen to get a high driver rating. Whereas the traditional thinking or the conventional thinking is that you have a high rating based on customer satisfaction, and you just happen to accept and complete a high number of orders, and that all three metrics are not all tied together. The bottom line is, what's in it for you? In fact, that was my initial question as I posed on the onset of this Gig Geezer segment. And by the way, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. So if you're a driver like me, there's nothing in it for me. What appears to be from my perspective is that you have just, if you choose to go along with pursuing that platinum level, you have in effect given up your independent contractor status. You have given up being an independent contractor to perform willfully the role of an employee of Tony Zhu. It's that simple. DoorDash says in its driver agreement, in fact, I went over rather extensively in this segment of the Gig Geezer about DoorDash's latest independent contractor agreement. And DoorDash, one of the things it says is that you can accept or deny any order. Yeah, and DoorDash even says that you can do that. Oh yeah, you can accept or deny. You can accept or decline any order. But if you want to see higher paying, if you want if you want to put yourself in a position to see higher earning opportunities, this is what you got to do. And so that actually muddies the definition of an independent contractor, something that I've been very adamant about and others have been very adamant about. You're not being an independent contractor if you're basically being cornered into accepting an overwhelmingly high number of orders just to be in a position to possibly earn more money on that app. Now, if you are someone who has if you're someone who has struggled on the app and have been looking or trying to figure out ways to improve your success on the app, well, you may be open to this. You may welcome this with open arms. You may applaud that DoorDash has supposedly leveled the playing field to make it where everyone's got to do this or else. I'm not mad at you if you feel that way. Now, if you've already been accepting 70% of your orders all along and you feel that this has been the best thing for you because you have access to the app at any time you want, that's really the main thing. What's in it for you is that you have to be mindful of making sure that you complete at least 95% of your orders. Because if you don't complete at least 95% of your orders, at any time, you will fall from that most desired status of platinum level. And that's the thing about this app. In fact, I know I've talked for over 20 minutes and I did not mention this, and that's my bad. These metrics are rolling. At any time, your status can change during an order. That means if you accept an order and it takes you from 68% to 70%, you may be at the gold level or at the platinum level. But if you happen to get an order and you didn't like the fact that you had to wait 30 minutes and still didn't see the order, and that drops you below 95%, well, you may have fallen to gold, or you may have fallen to silver, or you may have fallen out of the tiers altogether. Now, here's the thing. You may still have to accept that $5 order that's going for 10 miles, but maybe, just maybe, you may get a hold of that top driver support person who may understand what you're explaining to them, and you may understand what they're trying to explain to you. And as a reward for your accepting 70% or more of your orders and completing 95% or more of your orders and maintaining a 4.7 and maintaining at least a 4.70 rating, you may also, in that phone conversation, may not have farm animals going about in the background. You may not have children crying in the background, and you may not have belly dancer music going on in the background. So everybody wins. And with that, that's all I have to share for this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your grind and may your hustle continue.